I've recently dived headfirst into creating shaders, and if you're doing the same, I would advise you to have a look at the Book of Shaders. Super cool resource for learning how to work with them. So grids, let's dive right into how I made these happen. Over in Unity, we'll start by adding an unlit shader, and we'll just start hacking away at the default code. We'll need a function to test the current UV coordinate against a set of pixel coordinates that would represent a grid.
You wanna what now?
We know that our coordinates are normalized, meaning that all the values we need to test against are between 0 and 1. So if we know that our current UV is at the coordinates 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, etc., we could tell the shader to fill that coordinate with the color we want. And if we do this test for all our UVs, we'll have a beautiful little grid. Translating this to code, we have our for loop to test our grid spacing, then a for loop for each x and y coordinate, and then the result of our test. Taking a closer look at the test portion of our code, if our current pixel coordinate on each axis minus the grid spacing value converted to a positive number is between the value 0 and some threshold, which will determine the thickness of our grid line, the smooth step function will return a value of 0, and for everything else it will return a value of 1. And because of that, subtracting 1 from the result of the smooth step will give us a value of 1 when we're on the grid line and 0 when we're not. For now, we'll output the value of our grid test to the red channel and see what it looks like. We'll need to create a material from our shader, and then we can drag the material onto our object to see what it looks like. Nice. Whilst this is a good start, let's give our shader the ability to receive a color input and to draw the grid over a texture. The texture property comes as a part of the default shader, so we'll just add a color property and we'll tag it with HDR so that we can add emission to our grid. Don't forget to add a matching property for the color in the sub shader. In the output function, we'll multiply the selected grid color with the result of the grid test function and then add the color of the main texture. In Unity, we can now drag a texture into our material, and we can also select a color and apply some intensity to it. Well done, you've written a grid shader. Catch you next time.